one day in January, the 1st to be exact.
Yes.
Year 2020 rubbed against the Valleycast. At first it was slow, but then it got fast. And then blew a giant load on that intro splash. Talk about sperm mic.
Oh, sperm mic.
Yeah, talking about sperm mic. There was nothing left that they could do when the tail started wiggling on that stock food. Talking about sperm mic. Yeah, talking about sperm mic.
It's not really a stock photo.
Not at all. Original art.
Yeah.
3 boys, 3 dicks, speaking and peeking. Always
Speaking and
blowing
peeking.
the mix with excited shrieking. Speaking of blowing things with 3 hunks, why don't you feast your eyes on this big black spunk? Talking about sperm mic.
Steve Zaragoza on
Yeah,
Dynamic
talking about
Banter with
sperm
Sperm Mike.
That's great. Can you do that again?
Tried to
When it
form a
comes back
schism between old and new, and got amped up jism on a burnt orange hue. And there weren't nothing left that they could do when the tail started wiggling on that stock food. Talk about sperm mic. Yeah, talk about sperm mic. Talk about sperm mic. Yeah, talk about sperm mic. Talk about sperm mic.
Wow, what the fuck, man? That's so good.
Wow.
Oh my God, Jesse Stillwell.
Talking about
Thank
Sperm
you, Jesse.
Mike. Man, that was... You know, you went against the grain and did longer than we're used to, but you know what? Sometimes rules are made to be broken, and you did what you needed to do, and it was done right.
Yeah, I had the thought that it'd be nice one day if somebody makes an intro song that's roughly 55 minutes, and we don't know.
we
and
just listened to the whole thing.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining us.
I mean, I wouldn't hate it.
Me neither.
Wow.
I wouldn't hate it. So
Especially with that little harmony thing guys were
Thank
doing.
you.
That
Yeah.
was nice.
Thank you.
Steve, you have this like power with your comedy that your fan base
We're doing
gets
compliments.
infected with your way of doing things, and he was doing like the slight like pitch shifts
Yeah.
with the guitar and stuff. I was just like, oh, that's Steve influence.
Wow, you think
And-
I've influenced this
Yeah.
talented man?
Or you've brought him into your flock, and he was just like a stray sheep out on the grassy hills of New Zealand.
I'm like a goofy Jim Jones.
Yeah, drink
Yeah.
it, drink
You're
that
like
Kool-Aid.
A cult leader, yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Praise
Yeah.
Logic, everybody. Well, that came from Jesse Stillwell, and the title of the song is just SM, a Valleycast intro, and it says a Valleycast intro featuring effort and an ode to the newest member of the show.
That's so funny.
Man, we really just didn't give a crap about the sperm mic
We
thing.
gave a crap, but it got to the point where it was like, oh, we've done enough changes that there's just really nothing we can do to, get rid of the sperm equality.
Well,
Man,
you
there's
know,
just so much I could say to that I think is great, but I'm not going to. We
know
did
how
everything
it
we could,
is.
and then we went, yeah, whatever.
That's fine.
It's just this is how it goes, man. You make a thing like we Andy Mogren made it, right?
The talented Andy.
And I love that man so much, and his work is incredible.
Dude, prepare yourselves
Stock
for...
photo, Andy?
I mean, I
Yeah,
think it's
that's
like
what we call him.
Yeah.
Prepare yourselves for Pterodactyl, which will be coming out in the future.
You doing pterodactyl hype?
Oof. Yeah.
Pterodactyl.
Publicly
I was
throwing it
actually-
out there.
I was going through my photos and I found of some pterodactyl stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember that day so vividly
Me
for some
too.
reason. It's like one of those...
Me fucking too.
It was something we did with very little notice, and then we were there for like 3 hours, but I remember every part of it. Like,
if you guys don't know what we're talking about, Andy,
they can't know.
Andy
There's
makes
no way.
these.
They'll never know.
Our friend Andy makes these opuses, these movies that
Really,
are all.
that's the way to describe
They're
it.
all. He's edited all of them in like Final Cut or Premiere. And very rarely uses an animation program, but it's essentially a bastardization of animation, which takes like real life actors and he slams them
A
together.
bastardization of animation.
He uses
Yeah.
green screen, to create the stupidest stuff, and everything he does is like a labor of love.
And you can find some of it. Bear Force 1 is online. Werewolf in a Girls Sorority is online. And then he did a Christmas one. I forget what he called it with Santa. But you guys have made cameos, and I've made cameos in all of them.
Yeah.
And what he does is that these things take so long, and he makes them so ambitiously.
because he's doing them on his own.
On his own.
It's
but with so
literally
many
all
people,
on his
too.
own.
And just like grabbing and people whenever he can get them, like you guys are saying. And he'll be working on these things for like 3-4 years
yeah.
at a time. It's crazy.
When he comes and visits, he's like, "Here's the newest version, and it's 1,000 times better." And you're like, "Yep, it got even dumber somehow." I mean, the pterodactyl is, it ends, I think, with a what is it? The
well,
basically
don't spoil it.
Well, we can't spoil
But if you
it.
could give it a little
Yeah.
tease.
Tease it.
big boobs.
Tickle it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. That's great. I love that tease.
that
Because
doesn't
I know
sell
what
it,
you're
I
talking
don't
about,
know.
and that's a good
Yeah.
tease.
Search those things that I threw out there. Bear Force 1 and stuff. He won the LA like Shorts Comedy Film Festival with Bear Force 1.
Writing wise, I mean,
7 years ago.
Technically speaking, he does. Sorry, Tom.
my
Technically
bad.
speaking, he does really cool stuff. But then also just writing wise, it's like a perfect mix of the dumbest jokes you can imagine. Then every now and then it'll be like a brilliant joke mixed with
And
overacting.
It's very like Zucker Brothers.
It's yeah, and it's uniquely his. Like I if you've ever seen Decker, Tim Heidecker does this like action show called Decker.
yeah.
It's like it's almost like Decker ripped off Andy's thing.
Oh, interesting.
Because it's so like Decker uses these like 3D because Andy will do this thing where it's like it's all people against green screen like we were saying, and then suddenly like someone will jump out of a thing and then they'll become a 3D character,
Yeah.
and they'll be like falling and it's a very obvious 3D character, and then all the backgrounds are 3D and he creates them all from scratch basically, and it's very like cheesy but like cool.
Yeah.
It's the definition of like a labor of love, but it's also a labor of labor because he works so damn hard on it. Doesn't get
Tirelessly.
paid, and it's like in his free time. He's just had twins, and he's still getting stuff done. It's crazy.
I really think because Bear Force 1 is so good and Werewolf in a Sorority or whatever it's called is very good. I just don't understand why it hasn't like blown the fuck up. And I really think Pterodactyl is going to be a thing.
I hope so. I'm nudging him because if he can't find like a place that he wants to release it, and I'm throwing this out into the world.
I know.
The secret. Like I would be like, dude, release it on the Valleyfolk. Let's just throw it up. We'll give you a platform. You get all the credit and stuff. But let's let this be a place where we can get it to as many
we
eyeballs
just want
as
people
possible.
to see it. Yeah. And I'm so in love with it.
You know who helps co-write some of the stuff too? Luke
Luke
Baratz
Baratz,
from
yeah.
Baratz and Bretta. So
who also is hilarious in
Very
every
funny.
one of those.
Yeah,
but enough
dang.
about Andy. This is about us, and this is our podcast. and
Yeah,
it's
it
about
is.
fuck
us.
you, Andy.
Yeah, you sperm mic making motherfucker.
Talking about
Real
sperm,
quick
Mike.
announcement: we are the Valleyfolk, and this is the Valleycast. You've probably heard it. It's pretty fun. We're on tour right now. If you're hearing this,
as we speak. As you speak.
As you speak currently.
VIP patrons at patreon.com/thevalleyfolk get this podcast on Monday. Every other patron gets it on Tuesday. The public gets it on Wednesday. But if you're getting this on Monday, tonight we are in Denver. Tomorrow, on Tuesday, we are in Salt Lake City. On Wednesday, which is when you guys are probably seeing this, we are in Spokane,
Washington.
Washington. So come hang out with us. You can get tickets in the links below on the video or on the SoundCloud or whatever else. And then on Thursday, we're going to be finishing up our little trip in Tacoma, Washington.
we're gonna
stop by,
Jump on a
and come
puddle
hang out.
jumper and get over those cascades.
We're
Steve
doing
Zaragoza.
we're doing sketches and music and stand up and a Q&A and a not podcast, but a hangout interview type thing, and it's going to be ridiculous, especially at the San Francisco show, which is already done by the time anybody hears this. So anyway,
I've never been. I've been to San Francisco. I've been to Salt Lake City. I've never been to any of the other places.
oh really?
Denver's really cool.
Never been.
Seattle's very beautiful.
Yeah.
Never been.
You never
You've
been to
never
Seattle?
been to Denver?
Oh wait, I went to Seattle. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I went to like Seattle, like the Space Needle and the
You
Rock
went to
and Roll
Seattle
Museum.
proper.
Seattle proper.
Yeah, Tacoma is not Seattle.
Right.
But Denver, you've never been to Denver?
No.
Oh, dude, Denver's great.
great.
Yeah.
I also really like Salt Lake City. I think it's a
I
very
think so,
Yeah,
too.
cool
Salt Lake
looking-
City is very cool.
It's
I love
beautiful,
where it is
it's
next to the
chill.
mountains there.
Sorry, Tom.
The range. It's awesome.
Apparently, yeah, and some of the JK Studios folks may come for the Salt Lake.
I would
which I'm really
love
excited.
it if they could. Let's just comp their damn tickets
And-
right now, for
Oh,
God's
yeah,
sakes.
yeah.
I hope they
For
show
God's
up. Yeah.
sakes.
And then we're going up to Spokane, where I went to college at Gonzaga, and it's giving me a lot of weird vibes. Like it's gonna be weird performing there again. The last time I
Yeah.
did live was like Barats and Beretta stuff way back in the day.
For you're talking about Spokane. Mm-hmm. That's going to be the one that's like your home show more than
I guess. Like
come.
we got some friends. You know, my buddy Phil, that was my roommate
Yeah.
back in the day. He'll be there,
Met
and
Phil.
some other, I think, former Gonzaga people will also be there and in Tacoma. So
cool.
it'll be interesting.
Can I just railroad a little bit,
Please.
but also
Choo
kind
choo.
of, but also
Talking about sperm, Mike.
Here comes a train wreck.
kind of
nice.
stay on the same track, but like take a different
As long as you stay on the same metaphor.
Same
yeah.
track, different route.
route.
Like one of those switchers. I'm gonna pull it.
Speaking of JK Studios, who are very funny people, at one point we were talking to those very lovely kids, and we were making plans to like watch shit and stuff. And at one point we all watched the Game of Thrones finale together. I think.
Was it the finale?
I think it was the
Next
finale,
to
or maybe
that.
the penultimate or something. I don't know, but we were
Penultimate is an asshole word. It's like, look, I know I'm not the last thing, but I'm gonna make it sound like I'm just as epic.
yeah.
Penultimate's also one of those words where there's like a lag in my brain where it's like, you'll find it. There it is. That's what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, because the way it looks in your mind, the way it sounds, it's like, oh, that's king word. It's
Yeah.
not king word. No way, man.
Well, it's interesting because like there's no other
King
way to
Word, yeah.
there's no other way to be like, oh, it's the second to last episode. It's like, that's kind of dumb.
it just
Let's
sounds
come up with
too
a cool
cool.
name for
it's
it.
too cool for what it is.
Yeah. Well, oftentimes the penultimate episode is better than the finale.
Says anybody that likes the word penultimate.
Sure.
Yeah.
Pence is our
Penultimate.
Penultimate. Anyway.
Penultimate. Yes. That's his campaign slogan.
So speaking a little bit of kind of in the same, I mean, we are on the same track really because we were talking about Pterodactyl.
Okay.
And then we talked about JK Studios.
Okay.
So to sidebar all of that, when we were hanging out with JK Studios one time, for some reason,
Spill the tea. Spill it,
we
Steve.
were talking a little bit about something called
Oh, I know where you're going.
Oh, yeah.
Velocipaster.
Yeah.
That is very much an Andy Mogren jam, just with a budget.
Just what it is,
Yeah.
yeah. But the thing is like, so Velocipaster is definitely what you think it is. It's the tagline is a man of the claw. You know, like a man of the cloth.
I don't get it.
it.
They should have said cloth, but just spelled it CLAWTH.
Or
A man of the cloth.
Yeah. But we were all laughing about it, and we were like, fuck, we need to watch this movie together. That'd be great. But I feel like it's one of those movies where, like, the title and the idea is probably better than the execution of what it is.
I ended up watching the trailer, and I was like, oh, this is an unapologetic man of the cloth movie. Like, I think they really went for it, and you're going to get what you want.
Oh,
out of it.
really?
Yeah.
Well, this was someone, but I mean, but the thing is like, and in talking about Andy Mogren a little bit again too, even though I know we were trying to get away from that because why do we want to spend a whole podcast talking about one dude? You know, I mean, especially.
He brings us joy. He has a
Andy.
light that is contagious.
I mean, yeah, he's a great guy. Yeah. He is great.
It's his fault.
I mean, that's not it. That's not.
Grew up in Stillwater,
question.
Minnesota.
But the thing
His kids'
is
names
like,
are
you know, there's those movies that are like they're made to be serious movies, like The Room, or like Birdemic.
Oh, that end up, yeah,
and then
yeah.
they end up being like fucking incredible because
They're
they were
so bad.
initially made to be good,
Yeah.
and the person making it was unaware of making a bad movie,
Mm-hmm.
which is why
like The Room, right? Like that's
Just
the
like
sort
The
of
Room, yeah.
the penultimate of those movies.
Wait, then what's the best one?
Well, see, hold on. I messed up the word again.
But the point I'm
Bastard
trying to
word.
make is that a lot of times these movies that are made purposefully bad are not good.
They're boring right out of the gate for
Right.
me because it's just like, I get it. It's bad. You're
Right.
being bad on purpose. It's boring at that point.
But if it's like The Room or Birdemic or something,
Yeah.
then it's like, fuck, I'm on board because you just want to see how
Mm-hmm.
bad it gets, you know? So anyway, I really want to see Velocipaster. So I was thinking maybe we could just listen to a little bit of the trailer really quick.
Great.
Do you think that's a ding situation?
We could get dinged, and if we get dinged, then if you guys don't hear the trailer, we had Ryan take it out.
I doubt it, man. This is like a really independent thing. There's I mean, all right. Well, you know, there's ninjas in it too, I guess. And there's a man in his underwear fighting ninjas right now. How is this a trailer?
Yeah, I think I remember. Yeah, that's.
Don't tell me they blew their budget on the movie and didn't save enough for the trailer. And then they just took out a clip.
How long has it been since your last confession?
Oh, it's been about 2 years. I do drugs, sell drugs, murder people.
Should have led with the murder people.
A beautiful girl with a dark past.
Oh, so it's like Justice?
They keep saying Velocipaster.
It's almost like it's made like those like Grindhouse trailers, remember?
Yeah. I have zero
just hoping the
expectations for
silence
that
of this
movie at all, so I can only be wowed by it.
Yeah. I don't know. But it does say yes, it's a real movie, and yes, it's about a dinosaur priest.
Yeah, they know what they're making. I love that.
Well, hopefully we get to see it someday. I would love it if there would be time maybe to do like a hotel room viewing while we're in Denver. But
You were
I
just
guess
telling
not,
us how
huh?
much sleep you want.
Yeah, but like there's some days where we have like a day.
Yeah, we'll
But I guess
we'll have
by-
plenty of time to watch. We can squeeze Velociraptor in somewhere.
I feel like by Denver though, it's like because I mean the tour kind of starts off a little relaxed, you know. It's like we're going the day before the show.
I think the
for
stress,
San Francisco.
But I think the stress will happen at the top with the San Francisco show because that's we'll
Yeah.
find out. We're in the future now, so
I think we're gonna get over that hump and then we're gonna be okay. But
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But I feel like because I was looking at the schedule and it's like by Denver, it's like where there's no more days. It's like the day we fly in and then we
sleep,
perform that night.
fly.
Yes.
Perform, sleep,
Yeah.
fly.
So it kind of starts off a little chill, like we're taking it easy, and then it's like, "Fuck you, we're doing
But
this."
those flights are also each flight's like 45 into
Dude,
an hour
I guess
and a
that's
half.
true.
I was like, oh my God, we're crazy. We're a little insane. People don't do this. And then I saw Watsky post his tour schedule. Did you guys see that?
Well, yeah, musicians are nuts.
It's
man.
like
they're
a billion stops, a billion shows, but
Yeah.
they are all back to back, like night to night to night to night to night, barely any breaks.
It's also
I was like,
addictive.
Holy crap.
Yeah, you get I think pretty addicted to the quick because I'm excited just to do stand up over and over and over again for a week because I haven't done
That for a
in
long
a
time.
while.
Well, I
yeah.
was just
And
talking-
I think y'all have the same experience with the
Yeah,
sketches and stuff.
I was talking to my therapist about it a little bit, humble brag, but I was talking to my therapist about how that live thing of being on a stage and that energy from a crowd is like a drug that you can't buy.
Velocipist.
What?
Velociraptor therapist.
Do you want to go, Steve? Do you want to get out of here?
What about Bront therapist? Try therapist.
There you go.
Oh, that's great.
Try therapist.
Stegotherapist.
Let's have someone try to draw the tritherapist.
Pterodactyl.
Oh, pterodactyl's very good.
Pterodactyl of psychology.
What if it's pterodactyl or pterodactyl versus tritherapist?
versus tricerapil.
Oh, 'cause that's
That
what
way
he prescribes you.
It's a metaphor for
Yeah.
or whatever.
I mean, I don't know.
Look, I'm just the idea guy.
Megalodonatello. That's a megalodon with a ninja turtle.
Yeah, with specific interests.
What can we do? Can we do some other ones? Let's try some other ones really quick. Like other professions. Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay, well, let's move on.
Anyway,
and you can see this live.
I'm fucking exhausted. All right. Well, let's do some ads really late, and then
Oh, is this ad time?
yeah, and then we can do like a final little mini topic or
Yeah, we'll
something, and then we
figure-
can get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
let's
these
get
ads
back
could
in
be
there.
moved
We gotta
earlier into
prep.
the podcast.
Oh wait, let me get.
I
I guess that's
will
true.
start
That can happen.
because I'll use it as a.
Well, hold on, Elliot. Before you start, I would love
I don't
to
like when you talk to me like that.
choose. I would love to choose a track for you for
heck
your
yeah.
ad, but why don't you give me like a search term or something, or what kind of vibe you going
there
for?
you go. That's fun.
What kind of vibe you going for? Or yeah, just give me a search term.
Search just any kind of vibe.
Like it could be like
Like any-
electric
I'm trying to
or
do
like
synth. Do
penultimate.
synth. Oh, synth is good. That's a good choice. All right, we're going for the top one here.
This is going to be great, guys. If you're enjoying our current style of ad reads, we hope you continue. We're going to continue after this, but we don't have time.
We've yet to get a complaint. I'm waiting.
Yeah, I know. From the brands, you mean?
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good one.
Hey
Good
guys,
choice.
I'm pretty excited to talk to you about this particular sponsor because I was skeptical of them at first, and that's my favorite thing is when I don't have to lie. Guys, you ever wonder why traditional button-ups look so long and baggy?
Yes.
Because they're stupid. They were never meant to be worn that way. But Untuck It shirts were specifically designed to be worn untucked. How great is that? Untuck It is the brand you've been looking for. It's the original untucked shirt, a modern solution to an old problem with no tucking or tailoring required. No matter your size or shape, their shirts are the perfect untucked length. Have you been frustrated with buying shirts in the past? How has Untuck It changed your shirt shopping experience? What do you like most about Untuck It
Shirt
compared to
shopping
other
experience.
brands? I'm now realizing these are questions I'm supposed to answer in first person. Joe and I both have these, right? You're
I'm wearing
an
one
Untuck.
right now, man.
I'm wearing an Untucked sweater as well. I also have the button down that I've fallen in love with, and I was skeptical because I often like the length of the Untucked shirts that I've had in the past, and I was wrong. Because these look better and they feel better and they're wonderful and they're also really high quality. With more than 50 fit combinations, Untuck It shirts look great on tall, short, slim, and athletic guys. I'm a bit taller, so I ordered the tall, skinny, whatever thing, and it worked out really well. I miss Gilligan. What did you think about?
I'm
Say
sorry,
it if
who
I
is
could just
Gilligan?
depress everybody. He's an old dinosaur. What did you think about the material design and color options? Oh, I thought they were great. The design's really nice, and the color's really
Yeah.
nice. Thank you for asking, Adreed. Have you browsed on? Yeah, I have browsed online. Jeez, this is so. Do they normally do it this way? Or check their brick and mortar stores. I didn't know they had brick and mortar stores. Go into a brick and mortar store. I think they were on Shark Tank too.
Have you guys watched the new season of Brick and Mortar?
season? You talking about?
The penultimate season?
Yeah, that's the one.
Hey.
With Pickle Brick?
Yeah, Pickle Brick.
But don't just take my word for it.
Sickle Brick.
You can take my word for it. But definitely try Untuck It for yourself. Visit untuckit.com and use code Valleycast for 20% off your first order. They even offer free shipping and returns on all orders in the U.S. It won't fill the hole in your heart if you've lost someone you love recently, but that's okay. That's untuckit.com, UNTUCK.
We're gonna have to have a talk after this.
IT.com, and promo code Valleycast for 20% off your first order. Untuckit.com, promo code Valleycast, 20% off first order. It's great product.
I just got an email from the from that company, and they said the ad made them cry, so we're gonna have to do it again.
Great.
Steve hit me with that same synth search word, just a new synth. Here we
Okay,
go.
how about this synth, dude? How
Yeah.
about this fucking synth, Joe?
I'm on it. Guys, you took all that untucked goodness, and now you got to pair it with some other clothes, and that's where Stitch Fix is going to come in.
Uh-oh.
What's your look, Elliot? Describe it. Is it casual, sophisticated, playful, dopey, penultimate?
It's a mix of MeUndies, Untuck It, and Stitch Fix.
There we
Joe.
go. Personal style is like a fingerprint, everybody. Everyone has their own. Whatever your style, the experts and stylists at Stitch Fix are ready to help you express yourself.
Tyrannosaurus Fix.
Yeah. Oh, and the beat drop. That was great.
Stitch Fix.
Not all clothes are
None
a
of
fit.
this has been good at all.
Stitch Fix.
I'm moving on. Not all clothes are a fit for everyone. With Stitch Fix, your personal stylist will send you clothing that makes you look your best. Less one size fits all and more this fits you. Oh. Stitch Fix is an online personal styling service that delivers your favorite clothing brands right to your door. You like it, right, Elliot?
I love it.
Bam.
Taylor Dactyl.
To get started, go to stitchfix.com/valley. Answer some questions about your preferred style, like I want to look like Elliot, and your personal shopper will ship you a box of clothes, shoes, and accessories. Or Steve. I'm sorry, Steve. With Stitch Fix, everyone can look their best. They have solutions for men, women, and kids all over the U.S. and now the U.K. There's no commitment required, and you only pay for what you keep. Shipping, exchanges, and returns are always free, right, Tom Hanks? Plus, the $20 styling fee is automatically applied towards anything you keep from your box. You'll never have to think about looking good again with Stitch Fix. You only have to worry about looking bad. Like, you'll have to make the decision, I want to look bad today, so I won't use my Stitch Fix.
Got him.
Hey, I want to look bad. I won't wear Stitch Fix.
There we go.
Yeah.
Get started today at sticksandSticks.com.
Sticks and Morty.
Get started today at stitchfix.com/valley and get an extra 25% off when you keep everything in your box. That's stitchfix.com/valley. One more time. stitchfix.com/valley. Asaurus.
Dude, how cool is this track?
I like it a lot.
Yeah,
It's like-
that's nice.
It's like a Breakfast Club, like score from
Yeah.
the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, it's good.
Why did I go to detention? Well, maybe you're gonna find about that. My principal. I'm a basket case, and that guy's a jock. And
Oh, yeah, I got in here today because I got in trouble and didn't think I'd fall in love.
Detention.
And now I'm in love.
Nice work, Joe.
Thanks, man. Hey, find another synth track for you, and you do one more thing.
Don't mind if I do.
This sounds like a Postal Service track. And I love it.
Great reference, Joe, because what do you have to read for us, Steve?
Oh,
Guys,
crap.
let's talk about...
The band. The band. It was the band, the Postal Service.
Yes.
That's what I was talking about.
Shit. I'm going to have to cut this out. I'm going to have to cut that part out.
No way.
Clean cut. Hey, guys, let's... How about this? Let's talk about what you could do this year with extra time and money. How about that, huh?
Yeah.
Let's face it, guys. Most New Year's resolutions are hard to keep and bogus. Get more exercise, save money. Well, I have a resolution that's easy to keep. How about that? Let's ease your mind. Why don't you stop wasting time going to the post office and use Stamps.com instead? With Stamps.com, you can do anything you do at the post office right from your computer, dude. Or not, dude. Plus, Stamps.com gives you something that you can't get at the post office, big discounts on postage, and that's a big deal. Stamps.com brings all the services of the U.S. Postal Service right to your computer, whether you're a small office sending invoices, an online seller shipping out products, or even a warehouse sending thousands of packages a day. Stamps.com can handle it all with ease. You simply use your computer to print out U.S. postage, official U.S. postage, 24/7 for any letter, any package, any class of mail, anywhere you want to send. And once your mail's ready, you just hand it to your mail carrier or drop it off in a mailbox. It's that simple. With Stamps.com, you get like 5 cents off every first class stamp and up to 40% off priority mail. Not to mention, it's a fraction of the cost of those expensive postage meters. Guy. Hey, Stamps.com is a no-brainer. It saves you time and money. It's no wonder over 700,000 small businesses already use Stamps.com. So give yourself a resolution you can actually keep this year. Stop going to the post office and go to Stamps.com instead. There's no risk, and with our promo code Valleycast, all one word, you get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, plus free postage and a digital scale. That's pretty cool. And there's no long-term commitments or contracts. So just go to Stamps.com, you click on that microphone at the top of the homepage and type in Valleycast. That's all one word, Valleycast. And it's Stamps.com, promo code Valleycast. Stamps.com.
Probably won't look like the microphone that we have.
No, I hope not. Stamps.com, never go to the post office again.
Boom.
Thank you, Stamps.com.
Bam.
Anyway, I was talking to my therapist about how that energy you get from a live audience is like a drug you can't buy, essentially. It's this, like, incredible...
When you're killing it.
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. But there is still just this unmistakable energy from performing. And I guess you're right. Like, when you're bombing, that's not good, and that doesn't feel good. I've definitely done that, and that's not a good feeling.
But I guess I'm not addicted to that.
Yeah.
But the bomb, I think, makes you want to do it again because you want to prove yourself. And so it still
you got to.
makes you go want it again.
Well, I guess it's kind of like if you do a drug and you have a bad trip or something, right? And then you're like, oh, I want to try that again sometime, and hopefully it's not a bad trip or something.
I've never done drugs. I don't know, Steve. Good
Yeah,
luck.
I don't either, but I've seen a lot of movies.
Yeah. I'm a
I
big
just
Seth
watched
Rogen
Fear
fan.
and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Chiropractiosaurus.
Yeah!
There we go.
Chiropractor. Chiropractor.
We'll just keep when they come. Just call them out. Just call them out. So your therapist was like, "This is good for you."
Yeah, well, and I was just like, I mean, I just think it is an amazing feeling, and it's one of those things where it's like, these are our people coming to see us. These are our, maybe it's patrons, or maybe it's people that liked us from the SourceFed days, or maybe it's Valleyfolk fans or whatever. But these are people who know who we are, largely, I feel like. And it's like a comfortable feeling when there's people that are like your friends. It's almost like your friends are in the audience.
There's a little less pressure.
There's a little less pressure, and I'm anticipating that, even though, because we were talking about Watsky and how his shit's like back to back to back to back, and it's crazy, and it's like fucking 2 hours maybe or something. And sometimes you go even over it because you're just feeling it, and you're like, fuck it, let's do some old shit.
Dude, and he's doing music and going. We've been to a Watsky performance. It's a little different because it's like he's also working out for 2 hours. Like he goes nuts.
But yeah, I mean, I was also thinking about how we're going to be kind of jumping around the stage and stuff too a lot.
Oh yeah,
and we're also going to be.
Well, it's nice to hear that it sounds like you have a positive outlook.
Yeah, I'm excited
I've been
about
worried
that
about
energy.
your anxiety.
Well, I really was not doing well, and I really was. I mean, I'm just in a really vulnerable place, but and have been for a while, but now I'm kind of like strengthening up and feeling pretty good. And I had a talk with Shane Top the other day about it, and I was like, man, I'm just feeling like, because he was asking me how I was doing, and I'm not gonna be that guy that's like, I'm great. I'm just honest. I'm gonna be honest with my friends, and Shane and I are friends, and we've opened up to each other before, and
Lucky.
yeah, he's a hard nut to crack. But no, he
a hard
really
nut to crack.
he really talked me off the ledge, and so to speak. Not that I was really on a ledge, but I was just feeling kind of anxious. And he was just like, dude, you're gonna this and that, and he said some really nice things. And
you can talk to us about that.
well, duh. But but the thing is like,
okay.
And I feel like I do. I feel like we talk. I feel like we go out in the alley and we'll light up a joint or something.
Out in Old Talk Alley. Yeah, I love Talk
Old
Alley.
Talk Alley, and
Yeah.
and then we'll talk about how we feel, and we'll vent and things like that. I feel like I'm pretty good about that, but in this particular instance, it was like I feel like a broken record with you guys about my anxiety lately, and it's not that I feel like I'm being any kind of like burden or anything, but it is kind of like a thing that's just happening to me right now, and when you hear it enough, you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna. I'm not expecting anything from you guys when I say it. I just want you to know how I'm doing.
I mean, we were talking about this. Maybe today's the day we talk to Steve about how he's a burden. I mean, he kind of opened the door.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe today's the
I'd
day.
like to do that. Anything like that before going on tour and
Yeah, we
traveling
should
together.
probably just say some bad things to each other now for the public to hear.
What
Let's
wounds
just
can
get
we
it all
open?
out. But no, I mean, it just in this particular instance, it was just like it was someone that hadn't heard me constantly go on and on and on about my fucking anxiety, and it was just kind of like a different perspective, and it just really stuck with me. And you guys are my support group. I'm comfortable with you guys, and we're all fine. And you guys are really good at helping me through all of this stuff. And Joe, you were like a saving grace for me in the early SourceFed days, especially like in those first VidCons that were
Shane
just like,
Veltopiraptor.
Let's let the man talk, Joe. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christosaurus.
Jesus Christ, save me from this.
Jesus Christosaurus.
Now you've gone too far.
is that who the Velociraptor prays to?
Yeah.
That's that picture of Jesus holding the
Holding
baby.
the raptor.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the
Okay,
best.
sorry,
photo.
Steve. You
Anyway,
were talking
but,
about how I'm
no,
the
you-
best person
yeah,
you've
you-
ever met.
I mean, that first VidCon that I went to ever at SourceFed, which I've talked about before, but
2012?
I guess so.
That
yeah,
was my first experience with a panic attack.
it was 2012.
my
yeah.
maybe only experience. With
You
it.
had a panic attack there too? You both?
It was
both
during the
did.
meet and greet. Yeah,
Holy
I'd
crap.
never experienced it before, and I was like, I need a banana or something. And
Yeah.
James Hafner.
Bananas
banana.
You know what? I misspoke. I was like, I need something. I'm freaking out. And he was like, I'm going to go get you a banana. And I was like, I guess that's what you have when you have a panic attack. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was freaking me out because everyone was coming through and it was overwhelming. My brain wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, if you go back to it, because I'd never done anything like that either. What an overwhelming thing to do for the first time.
Oh,
it's weird.
It's impossible for
That should not be
where I was in
normalized.
life. It was impossible to walk out of that whole situation being normal afterwards.
Right. You just get thrown right in, and you're
Yeah.
like, here you go, and people just hope you
Wait,
can
we hug?
hang.
We all hug? We all hug now? We all touch each other?
Very beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredibly cool. It's just also overwhelming.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
it's
a
just-
wonderful experience.
Yeah, you just don't know what to expect.
But we also did that like main stage thing. Remember?
That's bad.
That was so bad.
That
And
might
it was
be
like,
on
we're
live still.
SourceFed! And people were like, who the fuck are you? Who are you?
But yeah, I think we let our stupidity in that performance shine, and it was not. People were not. They didn't know that
it was
we were.
unapologetically stupid.
It was
just one of
very
those.
stupid, yeah.
It's one of
Yeah.
those things where you're like, you feel like you kind of nailed it when you're done, and then you look at it later and you're like, oh no.
Oh yeah, and I think our Wikipedia pages still have photos from that
Yeah, I
performance
know.
too. Yeah,
I know.
I remember what I was wearing.
Yeah, I had like a fucking fedora on or some shit.
When we were rehearsing, I was told to be less gay. You remember that?
But that was a good note.
Yeah, it stuck with me.
Thank you for following that note.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I do on the weekdays for sure.
That's when you broke up with Brad.
It was, yeah. Sorry, Brad. I have to do this performance at
Paisley?
VidCon.
But yeah, like, but you really helped me out, and you guys are here. We're all here for each other, you know.
It's
like,
gonna be
and-
so much fun. Yeah, that's what I'm most excited
yeah.
about. Us three roaming around and
Yeah.
being like,
Yeah.
I have
just being
reconnecting.
a gang.
Yeah.
We're being a gang in a bunch of different cities and spreading our seed. what
Sperm
you're
mic.
talking about is like, yeah, we do vent to each other all the time, and you start to feel almost a little guilty and bad, but it also like we
You
know
can't,
we
though.
know each other's like
Yeah.
anxieties. We know each other's everything. So it's not a purposeful thing. I think this happens to everything. It just I don't want to say it's
Sorry, Tom.
white noise when we hear it, but when you say it, it feels like you're giving white noise. So hearing it from somebody else,
Yeah.
like a Shane Top or somebody that's outside of our little family, it does help. It's good to get that other perspective to remind you that, oh yeah, we're not that crazy.
Well, it's like that old married couple, where you're like, like, oh, my knees. Oh, here we go with the knees again. Every day it's the knees. But you might not have heard about the fucking knees, and you want to come in and do a thing. And it's kind of like an echo chamber
Yeah.
when you're all
I also
helping each other.
Yeah, the marriage metaphor works real well. I also think that we have like a weird osmosis that happens with anxiety where it's sort of like turning table, like you guys will be fine and then I'll have a bad day and then me and Joe will be fine, Steve's having a bad day, and we sort of like
Yeah.
take the weight the entire time. But even amongst ourselves, in my experience, we've also had to put in boundaries and put in times of like, no, we can't talk about the personal weird crap that's
We
going
gotta
on.
go
We
make
need
some
to talk
funny
about,
shit.
yeah, we need to keep focused on this for right now. But because we're so close, because we spent so much time together, there's a weird just like, we're just in each, it's like we're synced up in a weird way that is cool, but also has to have the brakes tapped every once in a while
Yeah.
in order to keep sane.
Yeah, and it's kind of the only way to do it, I guess, when you're working with your friends and you're working with comedy and you're working with performance, and you kind of have to realize that there's going to be give and take, and there's going to be low times and high times, and you just got to fucking roll with the punches,
Yep.
and whatever.
Yeah,
I think we've been doing that.
I can
and we're
segue to
pretty
my
good at it.
topic. if
Yeah,
you-
go for it, dude.
Joe brought it up to talk about this, but I don't know how it's going to go.
oh yeah, we don't have to.
Let's see how
We
it goes.
can. Okay.
We're going to talk about how we really feel about each other, like Joe said earlier.
Oh God, no.
No, well, he opened the door. Should we tell him he's a big piece of shit and we can't stand it when he's always talking about his anxiety?
Yeah, but his
and all
shit
that
is
stuff?
important
I don't-
because it's part of the process
Hey,
of
shut-
pooping out
having-
Whoa,
the
whoa,
balls.
whoa,
we're having a
whoa, whoa,
conversation
whoa.
about you. Hold
Boundaries.
Joe Velociraptor.
Joe
Ter-
Velociraptor?
Joe-
Did you just put
No, I
Joe's
said
name
Joe-
in front of Velociraptor?
I said Joe Velociraptor. Open your ears.
on.
This is what we're talking
Allosaurus
about.
roker.
Allosaurus Roker?
Al roker.
Night.
Mixed with an Allosaurus.
Oh, Allosaurus. Yeah,
This is
that's
just
a good one.
reminding me of so few dinosaurs that I know.
Dude,
Yeah, I know.
there are so many cool dinosaurs. I got my topic.
Maybe that'll help if I pull up a list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's pause on the dinos. Because if he is going to talk about this, he probably won't like it. If
Fuck
we're
it, do it.
Fucking throwing this shit out.
Oh, we probably shouldn't be throwing out funny names during this.
You can do whatever you want.
Funny things.
Okay. We'll see. Maybe it'll break the tension. All right.
Let me see. I don't know if I want to talk about it.
Okay.
You know
Whoa,
what I'm
what's
talking
happening?
about? No, it's you know about it. It was the thing that I showed up at work yesterday.
Oh yeah.
You were like, I'm great, and I was like, That's
Oh
cool.
yeah, yeah.
On Monday, I went to an animal hospital to see my puppy, Gilligan, from a previous marriage, and he has been or had cancer for a while and was turning around, and I was going to go see him, and because I had not checked my email, I had not gotten an update, but I went in and was like, hey, here to see Gilligan, and Gilligan had passed away.
Ugh. Very
And
sorry.
It's okay. And it is, I guess it happened instantly and painlessly according to what the doctor said and what they found. But
That's good to hear.
horrible situation. Yeah, and so I'd already been in a funk, which Joe and I had talked about last week. And I don't do well with talking with admitting if I am sad about stuff or in a low point. And so this sort of compounded that, and then obviously it's just a weird, tragic thing because he was on the up and up, and I guess had like a stroke and something like that, and he exited, and so I kind of walked out, and I've just been sad, pretty sad since, but I'm okay. It's just if I think about it, then I start to get emotional and I start to cry, and then Grace has been great and she's been nothing but supportive about it. But yeah, it's sad. He was a sweet puppy.
Yeah, and the reason I brought it up, one, cathartic maybe, and it could help other people, but also just like, I kind of wanted to talk. He was a great dog, and I wanted to thank you for introducing me to Gilligan because I've got a lot of great memories about Gilligan.
Yeah, he was a goofball. He was
Yeah,
a real sweet
he had
dog.
a lot of personality.
Stegosaurus.
There it is.
I don't get it.
Stegosaurus.
I was trying to think of one with Gilligan, and I couldn't think.
I
of it.
thought of one.
Oh,
Well, you have a list of dinosaur names.
yeah.
Gilligankilosaurus.
He would appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got to see him in September, which was really cool, and got to hang out, and Grace got to hang out with him, which was nice, and he was doing okay, but getting older. Clearly, he was like 12 years old. But yeah, so it's just been sad, and dogs are amazing, and I love them very much.
Yeah,
and,
pets in general,
it
like
sucks.
the dealing with the loss of a pet is, I don't know. Surprising might be the word. Maybe it's not, but it's surprisingly hard. Like I lost a hamster when I was in like 3rd grade, and my dad came to school to tell me. He's like, Houdini died today. She's buried in the front yard.
Oh, Houdini.
Yeah, we
That's
called her
a great-
Houdini because she kept escaping from her cage.
That's nice.
And was really good at magic too. It's crazy.
Like just like sleight of hand, or
No, she'd take cannonballs
sleight
to
of
the stomach.
paw. Oh,
Yeah.
but like she could catch a bullet in her teeth, like Penn and Teller.
Yeah. Crazy hamster. But I remember just like walking around the playground that day just bawling.
Yeah.
And people were like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "My hamster died." And it makes
So
me feel
weird.
crazy, but yeah, it's a hard thing to process, and it was your first like baby.
Yeah. Also, just the weird, like, Steve and I talked about this a little bit, but you go through a divorce, and then there's like still this link. I mean, I know it's obviously 1,000 times more different for people with children, but the pets can still be this like symbolic connection, and so it's just like this whole era that's gone. But it's good. It's healthy. It's part of life. It's just like such a weird. And he was so well taken care of. I mean, my ex-wife took incredibly good care of him and was so just like, I mean, the time I did get to see him the last time was like, he just had all the nicest food, all the nicest whatever. Like his whole life was just being.
It was like he was the
Pampered.
penultimate dog.
He was like the penultimate dog, if you can imagine.
Penultimate.
Penultimate, very top, best
Yeah.
one, absolute, and last. So yeah, it's a crazy, weird, just emotional. There's so many emotions tied in with Gilligan, and people know who Gilligan is and had seen him, and he was such a part of my like online presence back in the day. But yeah, he's just a good.
Gilligan reminded me of like a 1940s goofball side character
Yeah.
on a
Yeah.
black and white television show.
Yeah.
Like Gilligan reminded me of Don Knotts. Like,
Weird.
Yeah.
just this silly
Sorry,
dog
Tom.
that just wanted to make everybody happy.
Yeah, not the brightest, but not the dumbest.
I-
Just a good guy. He was like a Joe Beretta of dogs.
Thank you. The penultimate.
Joe Dog Retta.
Actually, Joe, you're incredibly intelligent. You just make a joke about it. In fact, you're not.
I'm an idiot.
You're
I'm
very
so I hate me. I hate me.
I there was a moment when we were hanging out and you were telling me about it, and we were talking about Gilligan the other day, and when you had found out, and there was just this really sweet and really emotional moment where you like reached into your jacket and you like pulled out this little like baggie with like some meat in it, and it was like
You
you were
just
like,
ate it in front.
this was for Gilligan. I was bringing it to Gilligan.
Yeah,
and
it's such a cliche thing to be like,
Yeah.
I had this meat.
I'm so sorry, man.
Um,
That was, but it
you
was
were very
just this
sweet.
really emotional moment.
Yeah, you gave me a very nice hug. There.
Yeah, but I love you, buddy, and we're here for you, obviously.
Yeah,
and, you know
thanks.
that's one of those lows we were talking about where we're here for each other, and yeah, man, I can't imagine what you're going through because it's one of the reasons why it's hard for me to like just pull the trigger on having a dog, like getting a dog, because it's like you're gonna have that moment,
The highs and the lows.
where and then it's like, I mean, you know, because Megan Tonjes, her dog actually passed away too.
Yeah, Margo.
What's that?
Margo.
Oh yeah, Margo.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby Margo, and
Another beautiful
And I had
dog.
a feeling too when Margo passed because Margo and Gilligan used to run around together at the store.
yeah, that's right.
And I was like, oh
And I saw Megan. We went to go see Cats, actually. And
Ironic.
One of the 4 times I saw Cats.
Ironoraptor.
And we were talking about Margot, and she was like, I love her, but man, it's like those medical bills.
Yeah.
They're
The medical bill. I
crazy.
mean, Gilligan was in the midst of chemo, and the complications that arose were a result of the chemo. It was like kidney failure, and then they had put him on like a feeding like a feeding line or something like that.
A
And
pick
I'd
line. My
seen
wife
that.
had one.
Yeah, and I've worked for I think most people know, but I worked in animal hospitals for like 10 years, and I remember seeing that happen. And you kind of know at that point that things aren't going well unless a miracle happens. And then on Sunday, I got an email that was like, he's making all these big changes. Like 3 out of the 4 tests were good.
Yeah,
sorry,
but he
man.
didn't. But it's just it's sad when you have this thing that you love and you want it to survive, so you'll throw as much money as you possibly can at it.
Can't blame it. Yeah,
And
I mean,
I don't blame anybody for doing that. I would do the same, but it's like really one of those deciding factors for me where I'm like, I mean, it's more than a commitment on an emotional level. It's a monetary level. It's a time level. It's all of those things. And I love time levels on playing Mario games.
yeah, not everyone should have a
Early Mario
Early
games.
Mario
Time
time
levels.
levels.
Orontosaurus Rex.
Did you ever play Mario Brothers Time Levels? The one the
That's my
lost
favorite
levels.
unreleased Mario. Mario
Anyway.
and the time levels. It's interesting. You're talking about the highs and lows of doing it, and are the lows worth it? At your certain stage in life, right? And especially being in LA when you're trying to be busy, it's tough to have a dog. But I've been talking with a friend who also lives here, grew up in Montana with me. We're talking about how we think it's important for kids to have a dog or some kind of pet growing up.
Responsibilities.
Responsibility, but I also now in this moment I'm realizing that it is a lot about teaching how to handle those highs and lows, right? Like
Loss, and all
loss, right? Because if you have that dog at an early enough age, you're gonna create the bond, you're gonna grow up with it, and at some point you're gonna experience that loss probably before your adult life, and I do think that can prepare a human for some of the horrible shit that just hits you later on in life. And I feel like I've been somewhat unprepared at times, even though I did experience the loss of pets. But I do think that does help.
Have you thought about, Joe, like, I mean, I know your place doesn't allow...
We've thought about
pets,
doing
but
the medical or
like
emotional.
emotional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've thought
pet.
about it.
That'd be cool.
I feel kind of guilty about doing that.
Yeah?
Just
Why?
even though Heather would 100% qualify, probably for like 10 of them.
Yeah.
Like we could have Dr. Doolittle up in our place, the actual Dr.
Starring Robert Downey Jr.
Emotional pet parrot.
Quick tangent. Everybody fucking loves it.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
The trailer made it look like horrible garbage.
Just looks like the same old
People
shit, yeah.
are flipping out over it. Like it's really good. Yeah. Anyways.
I would love for that to be good.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
When I heard that, I was like, of course, I'm not going to doubt the Downey.
Well, listen,
Yeah,
I would.
he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
An older me or a younger me would have been like, "Fuck you, man! Those movies are garbage, and movies like that are garbage, and it's just a Hollywood machine or whatever." But fucking Jumanji, the remake or whatever,
It's amazing.
It's so good.
That
Yeah.
movie is one of the best movies in the last
Yeah,
10 years.
and it's
That's
like-
so good. The sequel, not as great, but still fun.
It fucked me up that it was so good because I was like, "Well, what the fuck, man? I
Yeah.
thought Hollywood was supposed to follow."
I knew everything.
Yeah, I thought Hollywood was supposed to fall into that stupid trap of just making the same old shit, but they did really well with
They did
Jumanji.
great.
So I'm more open now because of that.
Yeah, wow, look at that. Jumanji, changing lives.
Good for you,
Changing
man.
them.
I'm happy.
Anyways,
Thank you, man.
Much
Yeah.
love to Gilligan.
Thanks,
Yes,
man.
rest in peace to that
Yeah.
beautiful baby.
It's a nice, low-key morning time for me. And tough for everybody. So he's a good boy.
Yeah.
sorry.
I can't even imagine what I mean, right now, like Bree and I kind of share Riggs a little bit. I mean, Riggs is Bree's dog, but Bree will always be like, Riggs is also your daughter too. She'll say it, and so I'm having it on the record now just in case.
Yeah,
But
legally.
but no, she said it, and I totally believe her. And I watch her all the time, and I see her all the time, and I can't even imagine. Like I wouldn't even see her as often as you probably saw Gilligan, and I will be devastated when something happens to
Yeah,
Riggs.
I wish. I mean, I'm glad I got to see him when I did.
Yeah.
And it was just good for a while to not see him either, with the dynamic of everything and the way that everything went. In that
It's a
era.
complicated situation.
Yeah, but yeah, it's also just like I mean, Grace and I talk about this a little bit, but it's like I don't. There's that thing of like it's okay to be sad, it's okay to do all that, but I don't like getting into that like mindset where I'm just like get it like, but at the same time I guess it's important. So like this morning I got up and was like did my thing and I like exercised and I was like I'm feeling good, and it was like I hadn't remembered that it had happened, and then it like hit me and I was like, oh shit, there it is, there's the feeling. So it's just like this weird, and then also while everything else is going very well, like everything is there's a I don't know if it's imposter syndrome or some kind of whatever, but there's going on tour, there's doing auditions, and then there's getting healthier, doing dry January. All these things are really positive and good. And then to have all of that and then be like, oh, but why isn't that fixing all the other stuff? And that was my therapy session was basically him being like that. All of the good things that you are experiencing don't negate the shittiness of all that other stuff, which I know cognitively, but in the moment I'm just like, come on, like snap at it. Like,
you can't get dragged down.
I mean, we're all just like
we're human,
infantile beings on the inside that are immediately going to react to our emotions in that way, and it takes a little bit of time. And
it takes work, man.
Yeah,
just
you
like
really have
anything
to
else
self-reflect.
in life. Literally anything else, like exercise, whatever. It takes work to fix the mindset of like falling deep into this darkness that can really fucking swallow you up.
Titanosaurthodontist.
Is there a Titanosaurus?
There is a Titanosaurus.
Wow. There's too many dinosaurs.
That also, speaking of being...
I was just looking through here. I'm like, yeah. We got Diplodocus. We got
Diplodocus.
Archaeopteryx.
Cephalosaurus.
We've got...
That's the one with the head.
There's just like these... Who cares about the...
They just make up these names so it convinces you that they actually existed.
The Therizinosaurus. Who gives a fuck about that guy? Yeah, I said it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
The last thing I'll say on this, that's why I left. Speaking of us being not too close, but very close, when you showed up to work, I was like, I'm fine. I was like, things are good. And then I was going to do like a social media post, like kind of Megan's been posting really cool stuff of Margot. And I was like, I'm going to do that with Gilligan. And I couldn't write the
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I got really emotional, and then I saw you were there, and I was like, oh, shit. I was like, Joe's going to ask. And if Joe asks, I'm going to break down. And I was like, I'm out of here. Bye, everybody.
That's why you peaced out that day?
And you were like, hey, what's up? And I was like, hey, man. And I peed, and I was like, I got to go. Bye. And then I texted y'all. I was like, I left. Later.
Yeah, we were streaming, and we were
that's right.
We told the streamer, like, Elliott's going through some hard times right now. Did you get some nice tweets from people? We told people to tweet at you.
I don't think I've checked my messages since November 1st.
Okay.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
my averages.
That's why you didn't come to my surprise party, I guess.
Oh, that's what happened. Yeah. Wow. Well,
thank you for coming, everybody, tonight.
Yeah, thank you for anyone who came to our show, our San Francisco show. That's the only show we've done so far. Since this has been out,
depends on if
by
you're
Monday,
a VIP patron, if you're regular.
I guess that's true. Because let's say it's Wednesday.
Most people will have seen Denver and Salt Lake by now.
Okay, well, thank you all for coming. If you came to Denver and Salt Lake and San Francisco, we appreciate you.
And if you're on the fence about the other ones, we're going to be very experimental, and we will hang out and talk to everyone and say hi to you. So
and this is kind of an experiment in a way, and we're seeing how it works out. I've seen a lot of comments from people saying, "Come to the East Coast, come here, come there," and we want to, and that's the goal.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely, if you can make it out to one of these shows, that's definitely helpful for us to be able to go to other shows, because those ticket sales are really kind of the reason why they will even consider us for other venues and other tour locations and such. So definitely understand that will help us. If you guys want to see us in your hometown, make sure to spread the word that we're coming to your city, maybe. In the next couple of days.
We do, there's a different energy during the live shows. I think that is worth seeing, if only because you're going to see a much more raw, real, experimental version of us and an energized version. But also, if you are, a lot of folks who listen to us are like solo, and you don't know of anybody else who watches or listens to this goodness. But if you're alone, if you don't want to go by yourself, you should. Plenty of people will be there by themselves, and it happens all the time. And
people make friends. It's fun.
You have a common interests with literally everyone there, and there's so many people who will go just from doing stand-up that go solo and they never regret it.
My favorite has always been the people that are like, okay, I'll bring my parents, and then their parents end up having a good time.
That's the immediate. We'll zero in on anybody you bring who doesn't know who we are and be like, what did you
the parents,
do you approve?
The unexpected parents that show up are really big fans of We're Gonna Fuck Your Parents, which is a great segment that we do at every single live show.
Well, and we're turning it into a song this time, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We're gonna fuck your parents.com/Valley, I think, can actually get you
a new parent that we already fucked.
Yeah.
I also like it when someone brings like a friend. They're like, I dragged my friend and who doesn't know who you guys are at all. And it's kind of the same story. It's like, I don't know who you guys are, but I loved it. I thought this was fucking funny and shit. That's always nice. I like that.
That's the best.
So bring a friend or don't, and maybe make your new forever friend at this show if you come solo or something. You know. Who knows?
Real quick before we jump out, is it time to jump out, or do we have
It's time to jump out.
time to jump out?
Yeah, but go ahead.
I was just gonna say Oscar nominations came out. I wanted to see if you guys cared about that at all.
I haven't really looked at it.
Ooh, no.
Okay, we'll talk about that next time.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next time.
Ooh, couldn't care less.
Yeah.
But should we vamp for a second? Is it be weird to people not all of a sudden?
No, that's fine. Send us your
Some
favorite mashup dinosaur
Dinosaurs.
name.
If you take any of the ones that we created and then draw some pictures, that'd be dope.
Yeah, that'd
we'll
be cool.
retweet the crap out of all that. In the meantime, patreon.com/the Valleyfolk. If you want to get in on some good bloopers, and we're posting a lot this month. There was a lot of Santa Steve stuff recently, and we launched our Pin of the Month Club. It started with eggs, and it's going to be Fernesto next month, and they get discounts on Patreon. So if you're down with those pins and stuff and want to help us out in that way, get on it.
Have we talked? I know we did the chat with the patrons, but have we talked about the program changes, or are we doing that later?
I think we alluded to them on a podcast, but yeah, in February we'll also be changing up your show a little bit, and more is the hope. Yeah.
More is less is our
and
new
Steve
motto.
recorded his new relationship show, which we're really excited about.
Yeah, so excited.
Yep. And we dropped last week. We dropped PB and the J, which is a fun music video that we collaborated with Darren Girdner on, which
The
was very
DVG.
fun.
Yeah. All right, well, guys, get excited. Exciting things are happening. Hopefully, we'll see you on the tour. Thank you for listening. We'll catch you next time on the Valleycast. That's quiet.
That was quiet.